Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Akim, your brother Rattaz Allah from GMS London Camp. First and foremost, want to give praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Blessings unto the hopeful and sincere elect. Bakaya Kodash, Bakariam. That's the holy elect in and around the four winds of the earth. So I'm going to do a quick response video on this debauchery of these Edomites, man, the so-called white man. America, headed by your man Biden, Sleepy Joe, just signed into law to pay respects. Says Biden signs respect for same-sex marriage, man. That just shows you that, Babylon the Great is Sodom and Gomorrah 2.0, basically on steroids. And this is why ultimately America's going to be destroyed by way of those nuclear missiles, man, because America has broken every law, statute, and covenant, commandment of the Bible, the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, to perfection, man. And they're heady or head-minded, and just basically just portraying and pushing straight up wickedness throughout the four winds of the earth. And that's why all these nations, they wander after the beast, the harlot that sitteth upon the beast, which is America. All these nations wander after her, and all these other nations are going to end up following suit, because this devil is just a masked magician, man. He's the greatest deceiver on the face of the earth. He's normalizing, seditious. He's normalizing debauchery and lasciviousness acts that are against the scriptures, man. The same-sex marriage thing, it doesn't even make no sense, because those beings, those booty bandits and all of that, those dykes, they can't procreate life, man. So what the hell is paying them respect for marriage act? It's just straight up wickedness, man, and lewdness. And that just shows you that these people, especially over there in America, man, they're giving on to Satan, man. They're damn near possessed on the highest level, and in the midst of that land of confusion, the city of confusion, which is America. That's why that place is called Babylon the Great, Mystery Babylon. And the word Babylon comes from the Hebrew word Babal, which means confusion, because you can worship anything, you can basically marry anything you want. And just like in ancient Rome, do as the Romans do. They was doing the same wickedness in ancient Rome, the Greco-Roman Empire, not too long ago. And this is the second leg of that Roman Empire, Rome 2.0, headed by Babylon the Great, aka America, man. You got President Biden, Hunter Biden, all these devils that are in leadership positions, so to speak. Well, not Hunter, but his daddy, Sleepy Joe. They're likened to the ancient Caesars of ancient Rome. You had Nero, you had Caligula, which he was a damn freak. Caligula wanted to marry his damn horse, and was forced to marry a damn woman because he was strictly against it. He wanted to just marry his damn horse. That's how sick and lewd, these Roman Caesars were back then. And now they're doing the same, committing the same wicked, lewd acts as we speak. That's why your man Sleepy Joe just passed a law in the books to basically for same-sex marriage, which is straight up against the scriptures, man. And now the average LGBT's got more rights than the so-called average citizens. So I say the LGBT citizens have got more rights than the average Joe. Pun not intended. But it's like that's what it is right now. They're getting more rights and more protection from the government than the average citizen, man. Now they're saying it's part of hate speech if you say anything against them. Just bullshit, man. This straight up wickedness, and this is why this place is gonna get taken out. Anyway, I'm not gonna spend too much time. It's a Sleepy Joe signs law to protect same-sex marriages, striking the blow against hate. What the hell, man? This is crazy. What is this? All this about, man? How is this bringing forth life? How is this spreading, righteousness on the face of the earth when you're pushing and permitting all these lewd acts, man? All this is doing is spreading disease and wickedness upon the earth. That's why not too long ago the Lord hit them booty bandits with that plague of monkeypox, man. And it was specifically for the booty bandits out there that that are into those wicked acts. The Lord plagued them with monkeypox. Why? Because they're doing wickedness, man. The Lord's not with all this, man. The booty bandits, the dykisms, and the transformers and all that. The Lord's not with all that, man. That just shows you that these Edomites are, this place is desperately wicked, as it tells you in the 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter. This is why the Lord's going to judge this place, man. He's going to plague this place with all kinds of hell and destruction, man. And that nuclear fire is going to cleanse all this earth, the second death. Anyway, I'm going to go straight to the scriptures, man. I want to make this too long. This is Jude 1 and 7. It says, even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh. Yeah, man. Doing all kinds of weird and lewd acts. And this started with them damn Hamites, man. This is what all this witchcraft and, the homo thugs and all that started with these Hamites, man. But Esau took that and ran with it, man. He took it and put it on a whole new level, man. Now he's got laws protecting these people, these Sodomites and Gomorrites, man. Now he's got laws protecting them. And if you say anything against them, it's basically classed as hate speech. And that's just straight up wickedness, man. The Proverbs, the 17th chapter talks about, them justifying the wicked. They're both an abomination to the Lord, man. So, Sleepy Joe, that's protecting these people, giving them laws on the books. He's just as bad as the people partaking in these wicked acts, man. They're both an abomination. That's why this place, Babylon the Great, is going to be destroyed, man. It needs to be destroyed. So even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them, in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth as an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. Because what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah and the 5 neighboring cities back then? They all got lit up with fire, man. They got hit with fire and brimstone. And this is going to happen all over again. This is why the Lord's got those nuclear missiles, those ICBMs, are going to cleanse the land of America, man, and turn that place into a cesspit of destruction. A cesspit of destruction, man. He said he's going to sweep it with the besom of destruction. And rightly so. Because Sodom and Gomorrah got destroyed just for committing that one wicked act, or those wicked acts of lesbianism and homosexuality and so on and so forth. That whole kingdom got destroyed. And America, they surpassed wickedness. They've enabled all types of wickedness, false idol worship and all of that stuff all in one. That's why it's called the city of confusion, Babylon the Great, because you can do anything you want. It's the land of opportunity, right? You can do anything, be anything you want, have sex with anything you want, and it's justified in the eyes of the wicked, the devil. And that shows you that this American government is straight up after the works of Satan, man. They ain't following the law of the land, which they said in 1983. Talking about the Bible as the law of the land. They're basically a bunch of Satanists, man, because that's who they worship, and that's what they push on the world. Satanic acts, sex rituals and all that, sex magic and all that, which that whole LGBTQ society that goes into all of that, man. So it's really just straight up debauchery, This is Hebrews 12, 2 Peter, Salakia. I need to get 2 Peter 2 and 6. It says, in turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them with an overthrow, making them an ensample unto those that after should live ungodly. Yeah, because this is what they're doing. Read from verse 5, and spare not the old world, but save Noah in the 8th person. So this is the first death. So the preacher of righteousness bringing into the flood upon the world of the ungodly. And at that time, you had, empires and all that was ruling back then. They got sunk underwater, man. That's why they got the term, they got the so-called, underworld cities. They talk about Atlantis and all that. That shows you that, the flood did happen because all those ancient cities that got flooded and put under the waters, they got flooded out by Yahweh Shem Yahushai during the time of Noah and the flood. Talking about Atlantis and all that underworld cities and all that stuff under the ocean. That proves that the flood did happen, because those ancient cities and their customs got wiped out by that water. That was the first death. The ungodly got wiped out, that first time. So, and then now the Lord gonna do it again, but this time He's gonna cleanse it with fire, man. He gonna cleanse the earth with fire. It says, and deliver just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. And that's what these devils are doing. It's Biden pushing the filthy conversation of the wicked, man. And that's vexing us, man, because we're sighing and crying for the abominations that's done in the midst of it. I'm talking about the men of the hopeful elect that's seeing all this wickedness going on, all this debauchery, man. We're just like Lot, man. We're vexed, man, with the filthy conversation of the wicked. How the hell are you going to justify giving same-sex marriages laws on the books, man, justifying their wickedness? You know, that's why this place needs to get taken out, because they got more rights and, you know, basic blessings of the government than the average citizen, man. What kind of shit is that? So verse 8, it says, for that righteous man dwelling among them, in seeing and hearing, vexed his righteous soul, just like the men of the Lord on this side, the elect, the hopeful elect. The vexed, all this wickedness is vexing our righteous souls, man. We're seeing and hearing it, and we're in like disbelief. But this is what this devil pushes. But they want to act like they're so-called God-fearing. The Lord said He's gonna pour a perverse spirit on these leaders, man, and they're gonna you know, in Isaiah the 19th chapter, the Lord said He's gonna mingle a perverse spirit in Egypt, which is modern day America, and cause these leaders to you know. It says, and vex his righteous soul from day to day with the unlawful deeds. See? And these are unlawful deeds, man. So this is why this place needs to get taken out. This place is going to get burnt, man. And that's the only cleansing agent that can do the job right now. Because as I said, the Lord flooded the earth with water. This time He's going to flood it with fire, man. Tsunami wave of fire going to burn these people, man. They're going to be doused in that lake of fire. This last precept I want to read and close out. It's Revelations 20. And I'll read from verse 11, and it said, I saw a great white throne, and Him that sat upon it sat on it, for whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. It says, and I saw the dead, small and great, stand before the Most High, and the books were open. Yeah, the one that's sitting upon the throne is Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. You know, and the Lord gonna pour out that judgment on all these people, man. Everyone's gonna get rewarded for their works, man, whether in righteous deeds or in wickedness, man. You know. It says, and I saw the dead, small and great, stand before Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, and the books were open, and another book was open, which is in the back, which is the book of life. It says, and the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books. It says, according to their works. Yeah. So according to the scriptures, you know, booty bandits, dykisms and all that, man that want to have sex with animals and all that bestiality, that's forbidden in the scriptures. You're supposed to get put to death for those wicked acts, according to the scriptures, man. So those people are going to receive their judgment for their wicked works. You know, verse 13, it says, and the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. It says, and they were judged every man according to their works, and death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. So all those people that are down with all this wicked debauchery acts and these lewd maneuvers, should I say, lewd ways, you know, of lasciviousness, man. You know, them demons, you're going to be those demons that are encapsulating you people's minds to partake in this wickedness. You know, that cleansing agent is going to be that nuclear fire, man. That's gonna exercise those demons out of your damn spirit, man, out of your minds, man, in these last days, man. You're going to be doused into that second death, which is the lake of fire. And rightfully so, man, because you people, this place is far gone, man, and 2/3, you know, they're already about, you know, exceeding in wickedness. You know, they surpass the wicked when it comes to the deeds of the wicked. That's why the Lord's got special deaths for 2/3, man, and a lot of them are going to find that out in the time of Jacob's trouble. And let's read this last precept and close out. 2 Esdras 15, and in verse 5 it says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And that's the times that we're in, man. The Lord's not playing, you know, and hoping that destruction gonna be that nuclear fire. But before that, you people gonna be dying of starvation. You're gonna be committing acts of cannibalism. Esau gonna come out on the streets with his martial law troops, putting bear jakes and all that to death. Death is just gonna be, you know, that black horse is gonna be, you know, it's just going to be spreading like a virus out here, man. People just going to be dropping dead by the dozens, to the thousands and millions, man. And it all could happen from 2023. Abu Ratazar, you know, January 2023, all hell just breaks loose. and the death toll, skyrockets and keeps going up until the nuclear missiles come, man. It says, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and the hurtful works are fulfilled. Yeah, see? So what more wickedness can these devils do? What more wickedness can Biden put on the books, man? Because he's already given laws to protect these damn flamboyant flamers out here, So what more wickedness can you do? Your hurtful works have been fulfilled, man. So now is the time for judgment. Now you got to go through the destruction, man. So that's it, man. And so the plagues are coming, man. Expect more plagues, swords, famine, death, and destruction in this way, man. Because this place, as I said, is exceedingly polluted and desperately wicked, man. And it needs to be destroyed. And just for the set example, what Sleepy Joe just passed on the books is one clear example of why America, Babylon the Great, aka the city of confusion, needs to be destroyed, man. And it will be destroyed, in the near coming future. So anyway, with that, we'll close out. Give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakudash, and Shalom to the hopeful and sincere elect, man.